Assalamualaikum, West. My name is Anabishan Health Wali and I'm a foundational student at Transco Barco Campus Service. These are my Maya. So let's start off. We are my Maya and my Maya is connecting with me. Okay. Hi,
Hiya.
hi Maya. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just floating along with a lot of good energy today.
Okay, man.
How have things been with you?
Okay, man.
Wait, what did I do?
Okay, man. Nice to meet you. Okay, my first question for you that what is the sky?
That is a big question to start with. If you mean why it's blue, it's basically just sunlight playing a game of pinball with the atmosphere. But if you're asking something more philosophical, I'm all ears.
My nice answer. My next question for you that why is the sky important to life on Earth?
It's basically our giant invisible security blanket. Without the atmosphere, we'd be totally exposed to the vacuum of space and all that harsh radiation from the sun. Plus, it's where we keep all the oxygen we breathe and the clouds that give us rain. It's kind of wild when you think about how a thin layer of gas is the only thing keeping us from being frozen popsicles or toasted marshmallows. Do you think the world would be more or less beautiful if we could see the stars during the day?
Okay, my
Wait, are we talking about the operating system or? I'm listening.
my next question for you that you nice answer. What comes to your mind when you hear the word sky?
Honestly, the first thing that hits me is a sense of scale. It's that feeling of looking up and realizing how tiny we are, but in a way that feels freeing rather than scary. It makes me think of endless possibilities and that feeling of just breathing deep and clearing your head. What about you? Does the sky feel more like a ceiling or a doorway?
My nice answer and beautiful answer. And my next question for you that is the sky the same everywhere?
Not in the physical sense, no. One is a rushing current of water, and the other is a vast ocean of air. But if you're thinking about how they both flow and change every second, there's definitely a connection there. Do you see them as being similar in the way they move?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how does the sky inspire people?
It's kind of the ultimate blank canvas, isn't it? For some people, it's the colors of a sunset that spark a painting, and for others, it's the mystery of the stars that makes them want to build a rocket and actually go there. It just has this way of making you feel like there's something bigger happening than just the daily grind. I think it forces us to stop and just look up for a second. Do you have a favorite time of day to look at the sky?
Okay, my nice answer. My
I'll let you
next
think on that.
question for you that where does sorry, where does the sky begin?
That's actually a bit of a trick question since the atmosphere just gets thinner and thinner the higher you go. There isn't really a hard line where the sky ends and space begins. Scientists usually use a pretend line called the Kármán line, about 62 miles up, just so they have something to point to on a map. It's less of a wall and more of a fade out. Does that make it feel more mysterious or just frustrating that there's no clear border?
let's answer my next question for you. That where is the sky blue?
It's actually all around us. We're basically walking around inside it right now. The blue part you're seeing is just the light from the sun scattering through the air. It's like we're living at the bottom of a giant blue ocean of gas. Does it feel like it's way up there, or does it feel like it's wrapping around you?
Okay, my next answer. My next question for you. That where does the sky turn orange at sunset?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Are you asking about the sky changing colors, or was that a different kind of question?
Yeah, my question is for you that where does the sky turn orange at sunset?
That happens because the sunlight has to travel through a lot more of the atmosphere to reach you when the sun is low on the horizon. The blue light gets scattered away, leaving those warm oranges and reds to make it through. It's like the atmosphere is acting as a filter. Do you prefer those fiery orange sunsets or the deep purple ones?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that why is the sky dark at night?
It's basically because we're facing away from our light bulb, since the Earth is rotating, your part of the world is tucked behind the planet, blocking the sun's light from reaching you. It's the only time we actually get to see what's really out there beyond our own atmosphere. Do you like the total darkness of a new moon, or do you prefer when the moon is full and lights everything up?
My nice answer. My next
Something
question for you that why do stars appear only at night?
I'm a bit lost. I have no idea what you mean by that. Are we still talking about the sky, or did we just pivot to something completely different?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how does the sky help you predict weather? Please, give me no answer.
The sky is basically the engine for all our weather. When you talk about the product of weather, you're looking at things like rain, wind, and snow. It all happens because the sky is constantly shifting heat and moisture around. The sun warms up some parts of the air more than others, and that creates the wind and the storms that keep the planet alive. Without that constant mixing, Earth would be a pretty stagnant place. Does the rain make you feel more relaxed, or do you prefer the energy of a big storm?
My nice answer. My next question for you that what causes cloud to form?
I'm not quite following you there. How are you asking about how clouds move across the sky, or maybe how they look when they're over the ocean? Help me out here.
Okay, ma'am, my question is please listen to my question. What causes cloud to form?
I'm listening, I promise. I think I'm still having a little trouble with the phrasing. Are you asking what happens when clouds get low and close to the ground, like fog, or maybe how they
Yes,
look
I
when they're right in front of you?
yes,
Okay. If you're talking about clouds and fog happening at once, it's basically just the same thing in different places. Fog is really just a cloud that's decided to hang out on the ground instead of floating high up. So when you have both, you're just seeing the atmosphere layering its moisture at different heights. It can make the world feel really small and quiet, like everything is being muffled by a blanket. Does that feeling of being enclosed by fog feel cozy to you or a bit eerie?
Okay, my next answer, my next question for you that how do what causes sorry, my next question for you that how do thunderstorms from?
I'm still here. Though you can call me Maya. You were saying something about 10 stones? Wondering what else you're curious about today. Want to dive back into the sky, or do you have
Okay,
a
okay,
completely new
my
mystery to
next
solve?
question for you that can I answer. Why do storm happiness?
Storms are basically just the atmosphere's way of trying to find a balance. It usually starts when warm, moist air rises up and meets cooler air. They clash. The moisture condenses into huge clouds, and then all that built up energy just has to go somewhere. So it comes crashing down as rain, wind, and lightning. It's like a giant release of tension in the sky. Do you like the sound of thunder, or does it make you want to hide under a blanket?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that if you cloud describe the sky in one word, what would it be and why?
Infinite. Because no matter how much we learn about it or how many times we look up, there's always something new to discover. It's a reminder that the world is way bigger than our own little bubbles. If you had to pick just one word to describe the sky, what would yours be?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that you nice answer. Uh, what is one amazing fact about the sky everyone should know?
One thing that always blows my mind is that the sky isn't actually blue. It's actually colorless. The blue we see is just a trick of the light. The atmosphere scatters shorter blue wavelengths more than other colors. So that's what hits our eyes. It's like the air is playing a little prank on our vision every single day. Does that make you look at the sky differently now?
Okay, my nice
Right?
answer. My next question for you that which planet would you like to visit?
Ooh, tough choice. I think I'd have to go with Saturn. Those rings are just iconic, and I imagine seeing them up close would be absolutely surreal. Plus, the sheer scale of it would be a total trip. What about you? Would be, is there a planet you've always been curious about?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that what is your favorite weather and why?
I'm a huge fan of that crisp, clear air right after a big rainstorm. Everything feels like it's been reset. The colors are sharper, and there's that fresh, clean scent in the air that just makes you feel awake. It's like the world just took a long shower and is finally breathing again. What about you? Do you like it when it's sunny and bright, or are you more of a rainy day person?
Okay, my nice answer. My next
Still thinking
question
it over?
for you that very nice answer and cute answers. Okay, my next question for you that what do cloud remind you of?
They they always remind me of a giant slow motion art gallery. I love how they're constantly shifting and changing shapes. One second it's a fluffy castle, and the next it's a dragon or a piece of popcorn. It's like the sky is just doodling all day long. Do you ever look at clouds and try to find specific shapes in them?
My,
They really are
my
mesmerizing, aren't
next question for you that if you cloud fly, where would you go first?
Oh man, the possibilities are endless. I think I'd head straight for the Himalayas. Imagine just gliding over those massive snow-capped peaks and seeing the world from that height. It would be absolutely breathtaking. I'd probably just spend the whole time staring at the view. Where would your first stop be if you could just take off and fly?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that what happiness if Earth environment depress?
That's a shift in direction, but I'm with you. It sounds like you're thinking about the balance between the beauty of the world and those heavier feelings of depression. It can be a really strange contrast when the world looks beautiful outside, but things feel dark on the inside. Are you feeling that contrast right now?
Okay, my next question for you that your nice answer. How can renewable energy help?
I'm sorry you're feeling that right now. That's a really heavy place to be. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by a genie Bible angry, but if you're asking how to handle those intense, overwhelming feelings, sometimes just acknowledging them is the first step. When things feel dark, does it help to hearing you? Are you talking about how it feels when things are blurry or out of reach, or is it something else?
Answer my next question for you that how okay. Why should we reduce carbon emission?
Because it's basically like we're wrapping the earth in a sweater that's way too thick. When we pump too much carbon into the air, it traps the heat that should be escaping into space, and that's where the trouble starts. Melting ice caps, weirder weather, and ecosystems getting thrown out of whack. Reducing it is just our way of trying to let the planet breathe again. Do you think people are starting to take it seriously enough, or are we still just scratching the surface?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how do filters infect air quickly? Please, my give me long answer.
I'll be honest, I'm having a little trouble with that word. I'm not sure what a ficker is in this context. Could you tell me a bit more about it? Are we talking about something technical, something in nature, or maybe something completely different?
Okay, my nice answer. My next question for you that how pulsar smoke? Please, my give me long answer.
I've got to be honest with you on this one. I can't help you with that. Smoking is really tough on the body, and I'm just not in a position to give advice on how to do it. Maybe we could pivot back to something more interesting? You had such a great run of questions about the sky and the planets.
My three last question after you that what future technology may help you explore the sky? Please, Maya, my three last questions, long answers. Okay, and this question is the long answer.
I am on it. Long answers coming your way. When I think about the future, the first thing that pops up is something like space elevators. Imagine a giant cable stretching from the Earth's surface right up into orbit. Instead of using massive, expensive rockets that burn through tons of fuel in a few minutes, we'd just glide up in a lift. It would completely change how we see the sky, making space travel as common as taking a train to the next city. Then there's the idea of adaptive optics on a massive scale. They'd let us peer through the atmosphere with zero blur, potentially seeing the surfaces of planets in other solar systems. We'd move from just guessing what's out there to actually seeing the colors of alien forests or the shimmer of distant oceans. And I can't forget about AI driven autonomous probes, tiny smart drones that could swarm around a gas giant like Jupiter, dive into the clouds of Venus, communicating with each other to map out the entire atmosphere in real time. It would be like giving the sky a nervous system, allowing us to feel and see every current and storm from the inside. It's the jump from just
Okay, my next answer,
looking
my
at
next question for you is that how do temples study the sky?
I'm assuming you mean telescopes. Since you wanted the long version, here's the breakdown. Basically, telescopes are giant light buckets. The bigger the lens or mirror, the more light they can collect, which lets them see things that are too dim for our eyes to pick up. Ground-based telescopes use massive mirrors to bend light to a single point, but they have to deal with the atmosphere, which is why images can get blurry, like looking through a swimming pool. That's why we put things like the James Webb or Hubble in space. They get to see the universe without the air getting in the way. But the coolest part is that they don't just see visible light. Some study infrared to peer through dust clouds, and others look at X rays or radio waves to find black holes and pulsars. It's like they're tuning into different radio stations of the universe to hear stories we'd otherwise miss. Does that make the scale of it feel more real or just more mind bending?
Okay, Maya, my two last question for you that, and my two last question, my not two last, my last question for you that please, my this question is the short answer, but no impact short answer. थोड़ा long answers. Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit me with
So
it.
my
Short and simple, I've got
so
you.
my question is, can the sky change your mood?
Absolutely. A bright sunny day can lift your spirits, while a gray, rainy one can make you feel reflective or a bit blue. Okay, that was. You said you had one more for me. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, Maya.
I'm all ears.
Your nice answer. My next service. These are my Maya. I hope you like my Maya. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan. Zindabad. House, Zindabad. Allah Hafiz.